Deep breath. Oh, God. I definitely did too much working out last night. Or yesterday. Ow. Ow. Everything hurts. Ow. Wine. I want ice cream. What's up, everyone? This is Do Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're going to chat. We're going to talk. We're going to hang, chill, look for Transmog, do some cool stuff. Hopefully get some cool news today, but probably not. I think it might be too soon for them to say, oh, guess what? Patch coming. But it's one of those, occasions where I definitely don't mind being wrong. And then we have a little bit more something to look forward to. I mean, I do expect that when they do announce the patch release date, we'll get like this fun little infographic that says, oh, well, here's what's going to happen in, the preseason, and then the first week, second week, we're going to get all that stuff. So I hope to, give people the proper reassurance of when things are happening, the fact that they are going to happen, So that way we could be like, all right, cool, that's nice. When's the next thing? When's 11.1.5, Blizz? Come on, chop chop, buddy. So, like I said, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good time. Not sure what happened over the weekend. Chiefs got blasted. That was cool. I'm not even a football guy, but I'm like, fuck the Chiefs, man. I'm glad that they just got slobbed on. So anyway, I'm not a football guy. I can't really talk about much of anything except he got fucked up. They got fucked up. Anyway, so how was your guys' weekend? Are you guys doing all right? Anything cool drop? I happen to not get anything. Okay, no, actually, that's a lie. I got Transmog from the vault. So that was a big win. I mean, non-sarcastically. Like, I was able to unlock a little bit more Transmog. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Let's see. Let's say hi to people, though. Tokeef is always the first person to say hi. What's up to you, dude? What's up to Peter and Dragon and FaZe, to Boomer, to Kildar, and to Neeb, and to Harry Fartgiver. Nice. Nice. Taylor Swift got booed. Rightfully so. Come on. I mean, duh. She's affiliated with the enemy. I was not expecting that. Yeah. Like if it were anyone else, same thing. Same thing. Now, if she was dating a dude from the Eagles, then you would have seen like the stadium erupt. Ah, yeah, fuck yeah, get on stage. You know, it would have been a total flip, easily. I think some pundits were trying to be like, oh, they're booing her because she's got the woke mind virus or some stupid shit like that. No, it's simple. It's a damn football game. What do you expect? I mean, come on. Look what happened at Philadelphia afterwards. It's a crater right now. Okay, it's not, but you know, they tore up the place. They're excited. They're happy. They're passionate players, right? Not much ever than watched the worst halftime show since forever. You thought it sucked? You know, it's funny. There's a lot of mixed takes about how that went, and I think it hits better. It really depends on who you are. If you are an American feeling oppressed, then the halftime show was great. If you are a Kendrick fan, it was great. If you're a Drake fan, it was the worst shit ever. And if you are either like not connected to the to what's going on in the country, or if you are a multi-millionaire, then it was the worst halftime show ever. So, do we get any word on the date drop yet? Nope, not yet. We are waiting. I mean, I'm still really confident about the 25th. I'm very confident about it. It's just a matter of, so chop chop, right? Oh, this is engineering. I'm not doing no engineering work orders. Yeah, sorry engineering, but I'm pretty much done doing work for you. As far as I know, yeah, there's not really much that I need to do there. Are there any Drake fans left? I don't know. Maybe it's just the ones who, you know, what's the word? When you buy into it, but then it's like, hey, I've invested so much into it, I might as well see it the whole way through. What's the word? There's a term for it. It's a gamer thing. People talk about it with WoW all the time. Sunk cost. There we go. Sunk cost fallacy or whatever. Yeah, they're in it. They're stuck. They gotta. I don't know. They're weird. And before we do this, we're doing a roulette. Not a fan of either, just based on the fact he chose the halftime to make a statement is appalling to me. Ah, got it. I say let it. You know, what's cynical about it, though, is it's kind of like, you know, the people in power, they allowed that to happen just to give a bit of satisfaction to the masses and to you know, it's like another form of, one would argue that this is another form of oppression because, oh, they're letting, you know, let them have their little protest, yeah, and then let them get that out, and then we'll continue taking the country away or something like that. Roulette, wrong mount. Let's go. So here's where we left off. Beautiful, beautiful, and now, oh. Damn. Okay, this is good. This is pretty good. Check it. So, take this stupid hat off. Jesus. Oh, and this one. And the chef hat. I don't need both. All right, here we go. Ah, that's good. That's oh, that hood is just proper. Yeah, that's and in the back, like the purple. Oh, the cape matches with the boots, kind of, sort of, not really. Yeah. That Earthen's like, I'm just gonna pretend I don't see this guy. I'm gonna walk right through him. Fuck that. Comp Stomp is still up. Oh, that's interesting. What's that add-on? Which one? The one that let me random transmog? That add-on is better wardrobe and transmog. Yes, why didn't he make a statement in front of millions when he could do it at home? Yeah, why didn't he just tweet it? You know? When you have the biggest stage in the country and you have that moment, all eyes are on you. What do? Do you take that shot or do you not? Do you inconvenience people by making statements? You know, is that what it's kind of come down to? Oh, you know, you can protest, but you got to protest like way over there where it doesn't really bother me and I can just ignore it and stuff. Yeah. Oh, well. It's not like I'm out there either. Okay, I need to make some alloy stuffs. Just join them. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Right now, it's reset day. So we're just taking care of the usual business, which also means I need to pick up my weeklies. Yeah, gotta pick up my weekly thingamajaggers. I have eternal hates for belts that split tabards. Me too. Me too. I remember at one point, like I kept harping until they changed one of the tabards in Zareth Mortis to have like a belt thing around it. I'm like, yeah, they fixed it, and then they don't really do it with all the. It's not a very consistent thing. It's kind of infuriating. It sort of sucks. Better to make protests of words than an obvious fake wardrobe malfunction. I mean, think of how things have changed. You know, you had that whole Janet Jackson thing. Like that was one thing. Now, and that's a big deal because, you know, it's Super Bowl, lots of people are watching, blah, 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 blah. But, like, parading your wife pretty much naked at the Grammys, that's not even the craziest thing that dude did this week. You know? It's like, hey, which statement do you prefer? Do you prefer the one where, you know, the halftime show where statements are being made during the halftime show? Or when you make a commercial being like, hey, go to my website, I have some new stuff. And then you go there and then it's like a literal swastika shirt. Like, dude. Oh, man, this planet is in a way. Well, I was talking with my wife. I was like, you know, she made a comment being like, dude, these rich people are fucking crazy. And I'm like, yeah, dude. But think about this, you know, consider this, like, you know, at least kind of the way that I see it, being that rich probably frees your mind to like do, you know, to kind of like unleash like more base instincts or, introduce thoughts that you otherwise would never have if you were, because you're too busy working and all that. And so I thought to myself, what if we were like super rich, babe? Like what kind of weird shit would we do? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, that's the point, because we're definitely not there. But, you know, I always say, I tell myself, if I was like super, super rich, then I would try to make like, I would do like big investments into like puppy shelters and like, you know, ranches and whatnot where all the strays and whatnot can hang out and feel loved and, you know, have a good time. You know, that's what I want to say. But what would I really do if I was that rich? What kind of stupid shit would I do? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I was gonna do one of these things. Yes, because that gave me a flick R. Yes. I'm waiting on streamers to start a monthly sub fee to be friends and Blizzard doing nothing about it? Wait, what? Waiting on streamers to start a monthly sub fee to be friends? Oh, you mean like friendless or whatever? I mean, I don't think you can do that now. You can't provide, you know, you can't ask for monetary compensation for things you do. And I think that includes adding people to your friend list. But yeah, where did that come from? Thanks for all your passion and work over the game. But thank you very much for the kind words. What's the story behind your mascot, the Mechagnome Bob? I should have a command, like a Bob command, that you know, that says like origin story. Once upon a time, many moons ago, I was jealous. No, that's not a good way to put it. I never framed it like this before anyway. Once upon a time, I was looking for like ways to like make the channel cooler, and I was like, you know what? I'm jealous of them Taliesin and Evitel people. Or as I pronounced it back then, Taliesin and Evitel people. Because they have, you know, we got two people that can like kind of bounce off of each other. And I can't really do that with my wife. She doesn't play the game the way that I do. And she has a real job, you know, so I couldn't really do that. So I wanted something to bounce off of, but I'm also highly anxious. I have a hard time partnering up with talking with people and having a partner to talk to. So I just made one up, and I named it Bob. As for exactly how I thought of like the Mechagnome thing, I don't know. I don't know what brought that up, but yeah. That's kind of the origin story of that one. Being upset about messaging and protesting in mainstream just screams the privilege of I don't have to deal with this. Being upset about messaging and protesting and it's just screams there's I remember like I have mixed thoughts about whenever people protest by getting onto the freeways and shutting down freeways and stuff and making a big stint of those things. I'm like, damn, you're not doing yourselves a lot of favors for like those people who are like stuck in the traffic, but it still gets the attention. So I prefer no statements at all, but that's just me. Yeah, I mean, historically saying nothing has not worked. Right? Historically, just taking it doesn't work. Violence, you know, my opinion, doesn't work either, but alright, where was I? I run a doggy hospice home, so I feel that all the way, lol. Damn, a hospice home? I don't think my heart could handle that. No way, dude. See, that's the reality that my wife will bring back to me. She'll be like, you know, if you make those kinds of shelters, you're gonna have to say goodbye to a lot of puppies. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then she just shakes her head. She's like, you don't want to ever feel bad. I'm like, no, I don't want to feel bad. Yeah, yeah. And that's why it's just a dream, right? That's why it's just a dream. 3 weeks until I complete my first profession in engineering, your days are numbered. Oh no. If super rich, I bet he'll get a Yakuza type tattoo on his back in the form of a big old puppy. No, I wouldn't, because because how would I look at it? I'd have to like use a mirror or something like that. No way. I would just have tons of puppies. I love Bob's and Songs. I hope to see more. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Elisa. Appreciate it. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so did I complete quests? I didn't complete all the quests. I need to do one more Black Smitten order. Okay. Where was I? Let's see. Yeah, 31 level 80s now. God damn. Well, that's the... Ooh, can I do any of these? I can. Sweet. And he's not even asking for a lot. Even better. Easy money. Can't make it. Easy money. Yeah, shit, I'll take it. It's not like it's not like I get a chance to do a bunch of these anyway. Cool. And I did my quest. Even better. Did I get any? No first scrap bonuses. No, I've made those before. Why are we talking about ending a bridge? I would build dozens of schools and dig up wells in Africa to help people in need if I had loads of money. Having too much money breaks your head. Well, in order to be super, super rich, you got to be rich first. But, like, I'm of the mind that money isn't really worth anything until it's used. You know what I mean? So, if I was, like, Elon Musk rich, I would probably give, like... I would set something up where I'd give away, like, $1 million a day to, like, something forever. And that wouldn't even be nearly enough time. So I'd also want to do, like, big thing, you know, make some big moves, too. Make some cool investments into like good shit. I'd probably like do something like, I don't know how I'd do it, but I would find a way to like pay teachers a lot more money. You know, make big investments into like young people's first number of years. Just think, oh, dude, and I would do like this big old Bitcoin farm. Oh, shit. Bruh. That's how to do it. That's how you do it. What are my thoughts on surnames in game? I hate that at all. Names at oh, second names? I think they're going to come at some point. I don't know when. They haven't given any indicator at all. But I would love to have a second name. Now, here's the problem with a second name. What would it be? What would it be? You know, would it be the same second name for all your characters? Would you separate? So, like, imagine this, right? This ain't really gonna happen, but like, imagine this. So, okay, not here, but on the PTR. We'll be able to make separate categories of people. So you can have a thing called favorites. You can have a thing called shitty alts. You can have a thing called, you know, the homies, whatever. You can categorize like where your characters are. And it'd be kind of cool if you can separate them by like name too. That'd be kind of sort of neat, but maybe not the best implementation. But I would love to have a second name. I could have the most dope gaming room ever. It wouldn't be a room. It would be a citadel. No, it wouldn't be like that. But it'd be nice. Super temperature controlled and all that stuff. Oh, that'd be sick. And after reality and Super Bowl, let's talk about a Bob and Souls, a neighborhood. I already know what the name of my thing's gonna. Well, I already told my guild. I'm like, hey guild, I want to say this now. If we can name our guild neighborhood, it's going to be called Pow Town. And then everyone was just lockstep. They didn't even blink. Yep, done. Because I'm sure they didn't even think about it either. So like, yeah, sure, so whatever. You're the guild dictator anyway. But yeah, it'd be called Pow Town. And I'd be like, all right, guys, we're heading down to Pow Town. And then, you know, people be like, holla, because, you know, we're all full of that fun sexual innuendo. Yeah, we're very juvenile in Raid. Whenever someone says something remotely sexual, like, oh, dude, that thing is pretty long. Holla. You know, that's it. That's as far as it ever really goes. So fun. Always fun. Better education is the best start. I just want one more character to name a priest. Healy Mabobber. Healy Mabobber. Bobber. Holla. Shackwood said, I thought being rich was getting that first $1 million check, and the person writing that check is a wealthy. Ah. At least it would pick names that are suitable for the roleplay fantasy I play. As a roleplayer, I can pick names for my characters and make them family, but also I can pick a clan name or a nickname with 2 words. What would my dude be? Solidin Bob Bob. And all my characters would just have Bob Bob at the end. That'd be the worst. Breezy is too on the nose. Bob Bob is just dorky. I don't know what. You know what it's gonna be? Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Solidin Bleeding Hollow. That's what it's gonna be. Because chances are, when they implement surnames, there's gonna be a default that's put in, you know, that we can change later on. You know, because people are going to end up doing like tons of name changes and things like that. But you gotta have that initial first name. So it's probably gonna be just the server name, just to preserve, you know, the character's name at the time. But oh well. We would also see all sorts of shenanigans with between the title and the first name and last name. We would see grossly sexual stuff, no doubt. And it would be hilarious. I'd love it. And I would encourage people to report it if they don't like it, but it'd still be like hella funny. Alright, let's get down to business. Let's do some real gaming. Real stuff. You missed it. Well, it was a quick conversation. At least with like the neighborhood stuff. I was like, yeah, it's going to be called Pow Town. If I was going to do another one, I already know what that one's going to be too, but I'm going to keep that close to the chest. Yeah. That would be cool though. I would want to have like multiple neighborhoods. And the thing is, like, where would I want? I don't think I'd have a main house necessarily. I just want to have like a collection of different kinds of houses that I can possibly make, if possible. Possible, whatever. Like, I'd want to have a trophy house that's just full of like, it's just like a museum. It's like a gallery of like how awesome I am. You know, I'd love something like that. I'd probably have something that's very homely, you know, so that's where like all the pets are and stuff, and we all hang out, puppies everywhere. Yeah, and I'd goof around with like all sorts of other shit. But like there's a lot to consider, and there's a lot to like wonder how they're going to first present things. Like, if they present things in such a way that the Horde looks like all, you know, the Horde style housing just looks all tribal, and the Alliance housing looks more like, you know, high fantasy, just human elf, you know, like Stormwind, there's going to be a clear and angry divide over like people wanting like the Alliance stuff over the Horde stuff. So I think they got to make Horde stuff look, you know, pretty nice too. How about Soul Breezy? Awesome. Makes you connect to the NPC. If you remember the one, both of you are knightly elves in a shiny armor with a steed. I feel like I gotta like, I don't know. I want to be kind of fun. I want to be fun and silly with the last name. Not too silly that I'm gonna meme it, but just more silly. You know, it's not gonna be something like, you know, Fornicator or Cherry Popper or Cutie or something like that. But I don't know. I'd probably celebrate my arrogance by calling him like Solid and God Tank or something like that. Yeah, actually that would be kind of in character for me. My hubris and arrogance is quite legendary. So, oh, there's a way to move neighborhoods if your public neighborhood is full of inactive houses. I'd like to think that too. Yeah, like if there's like a way you can just, or if there's a way, like that's why when I was talking about the neighborhoods, I was like, okay, maybe they'll do something like, instead of having just 50 players to 50 plots, it can be a lot more players than that, and then we can select the house that we want to see displayed out of whoever's there. But then if we really wanted to, maybe we can, move to a more active neighborhood. It probably could be as easy as if we move our house to like one other spot and then move it back again, then the game servers will be like, okay, let me find an active neighborhood to put these people into. And then the game servers and layering, sharding, whatever, they'll just do the work of moving all that stuff over. So this is where I would definitely rely on the invisible hand to manage a lot of this. I'm up for second player, and Horde House will not look suitable for my undead withered body. A bed is also not needed for my undead state. However, some Gilneas home for Alliance would be cool. I love those. Dude, it'll be hella cool if one day they do like the Tirisfal neighborhood, and then it's just like a big old graveyard with a bunch of tombs. That'd be sweet, dude. And then you go down into the tomb, into like this sepulcher like area. That'd be neat. I would love to have something like that. And then it becomes this labyrinth. You straight up make it into a dungeon. Like, all right, guys, have fun visiting my house. Okay. That's not for the win. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like, I haven't even really put a lot of thought into where I'd want to go. Especially because right now we have no choice. But it'd be cool to have like, now that we have an idea of where we're going to be, between the whole Ashara, Durotar, and the beach, I think I'd want to play around with all of them. The beach doesn't sound like me. Durotar doesn't sound like me. Yeah, I'd probably end up in Ashara. I think a lot of people are going to end up in Ashara. For Horde people. Alliance, yeah, it must be nice. I think they have some cool biomes between, oh god, what was it? It was Elwyn, Duskwood, and not West Beach, Westfall. I think those would be cool. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna loot more. I'm gonna loot more because I'm trying to hold on to just more random shit now. Just in case. Just in case. Maybe the village of Vandermark would be cool, or maybe the forgotten region of Northern Lordaeron. I wonder if they're gonna. I have a feeling that they're going to, take that unclickable part of the map, and they'll probably just remove it, or they'll remove it, or they'll incorporate it into whatever it is they're going to do for Midnight. Oh, I want to see, like, now that we know that Midnight is coming, it would be pretty ballsy of them, or it'd be cool too if they were to be like, oh, I'm just gonna drop this screenshot right here real quick. I know that we haven't done the official Midnight reveal yet, but here's a picture of Silvermoon. Boom. Oh shit. Yeah. I would want to see that. That would be all over the place instantly. Blood Elves would salivate over that. You being Westfall? Screw Elwyn and Duskwall or Duskwood? I think it was Duskwood, but whatever. We know what we're talking about. So why Westfall? I mean, like the whole farm stuff, very cool. I'm just curious what your take is on it, Peter. I want my Horde side player to be in Dragon Clan theme, so I probably in the Durotar area. I mean, no doubt there's going to be people that want, hey, it's in this character's thing. Of course, an orc is going to stay in Durotar. They're not going to live in blah blah blah. They're fucking orcs, right? And that's the thing. There's no wrong answer. People are gonna do whatever they want. If they didn't do Durotar, that would be a crime. But how could you not do that? Remember, these are orcs. Sheesh. It'd be Moonbrook and Westfall. I don't know where Moonbrook is. All I know about Westfall is the place where the farms are, the place where the tower is, and Dead Mines. I don't know anything else. Especially after Cataclysm, because I know that things got weird over there too. And then that was my favorite zone to level in. It reminds me somewhat of a place I stayed in as a youth on vacation. Oh, that's cool. I still want my Outlaw Rogues, Cool Tier, and ship as his player house. Lol. Yeah, I wonder if they would go as far as like doing that someday. Because if they go through with a ship, then they would need, that would be kind of cool. So imagine a Borealis neighborhood where you have, you have the town area, you have like a snowy area, sort of, and then you have by the docks. So maybe you can have a ship. The ship would be in dock; it wouldn't be moving. So I think that wouldn't satisfy everyone, but that would be the idea. No shield, no love. Okay, so runed orbs. That's a pet, right? Okay, runed orb. Would a runed orb be something that's used in player housing? I doubt it. I doubt that we would use runed orbs in player housing. Right? Can't see it. Okay, where am I going now? I've been doing some old world stuff. I'm going to do that again though, because yeah, maybe I'll just keep doing at least Blackrock Mountain stuff in case, just in case, I get like the Ragnaros mace or something cool like that. There's a game called Neopets. I kind of remember Neopets. I never played it, but I remember people talking about that a lot. Best place for a home was a zone that was removed. The housing was still there, and a secret to get to. Ooh, mysterious. Neopets is gone now, right? Like that's, I'm guessing that's no longer a thing. All right. So I'm going to Blackrock stuff. Yeah. This time I'm going to start with Blackwing Descent. Because I've been forgetting that spot like over and over again. I feel kind of guilty. Kind of. But I am excited for the patch. Or for this upcoming patch and season. It's going to feel... Well, I'm a little bit mixed because it's going to feel fast, and I'm wondering how long is it going to take for people to be like, hey, I'm bored. I've run out of stuff to do. Shit. Because at least the gearing side of things, it's going to feel not exactly like a Season 4, but it's going to feel fast. I wonder how people are going to handle it. One, people are going to say it's still not fast enough, so man. Are there any unplayable races you would like to play as? I would love to be an Outcast, Erkor, or a Naga. Hope they offer us those. Valajar. That's probably my number one race that I would want to play. Because I would imagine Valajar can be paladins. That's very important. If they're not paladins, I'm not going to play them. Sadly. But yeah, that's my number one. I even have a story set up and everything already. Easy. It could just be, Odin be like, champions of the Valajar. Something like that. I'm bored. And so are you. So I want all of you to go down to the mortals' world and fight. Fight for the Horde. Fight for the Alliance. Fight for whoever you want. For your entertainment. Actually, my entertainment. Go. And that's it. That's the Valajar. Boom, allied race. They join whatever the fuck faction they feel like. They can be bad guys too. You'll start seeing them become pirates and stuff. They'll become, Yeah, pirateers for like Booty Bay, or they'll become Twilight cultists, whatever the hell they feel like. All for Odin's amusement. And that would work. You can't say that wouldn't work. Because that's very, you know, on brand for Odin. Yeah, a truly amoral race. They're in it for the fight. That's it. Gnome paladins? Sure. I like to see some half races. Half races. I mean, we haven't really seen that, though. The closest we've seen are elves and humans. That's it. We haven't seen any gnome combinations, really. No Tauren combinations. Maybe Quillbor would love to be a grumpy, a pig man. I mean, yeah, if we could. There's the, like, what do they call them? The mongrel races. So like Quillbor, kobolds, that sort of thing. Veljar racial, every death with an encounter increases your damage healing by 3%. No, nice. And then they gotta be able to, like, you know, call on a thing similar to warriors and go back to Skyhold or something. Skyhold? Is that what the place is called? You know, the warrior order hall. And then you go there for like a food buff or something like that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of charming. Alright, so let me at least have a little bit of a preference here this time. Like, if I can at least get plate armor, like, I'd be cool with that. So shields, plate, dungeons and raids, cataclysm, blackwing descent, normal. Really? That's it? There's like one thing left? Alright, normal it is. Raid difficulty, okay. Wait, why did that look like the heroic thing? It should be normal, right? That's right, Garona's half human, half orc. Alright, so there's that. And, okay, I can get out there. But that's also just one. You know? That's also just like one happenstance of orcs and humans. But hey, like, why not? You know? I want to be a Murloc wearing a Murloc onesie. Oh, that's brutal. Or that sounds hella gruesome, dude. So I have to do like normal 10, I guess. Boop. Yeah, the Arathi are basically... Yeah, but aside from humans and elves, there aren't a whole lot of hybrid, you know, combinations going on. That's why I mentioned, okay, we haven't really seen much with gnomes, nothing with Tauren. I see us getting the Heronir next. I can see that too. If you're in the opening cinematic, you're in. Like, we have at least the customization for half elves in now. That's cool. They need to do it the other way around as well, though. I want to have like super short ears for like the traditional elven races. Like really short. As in, god damn, that's short. So Maloriak is the only one that drops plate, but I'm gonna clear the whole thing. Half-orcs would be fun, they're already canon. And then there's Rexar. So there's Ogre and... Is that what it is? Ogre and Orc? Hybrid? That'd be cool. Oh, half-orc, half-Draenei. Oh, right, they changed the canon on that. Didn't they? I'll leave it to you guys. I don't remember too well. Maybe crossbreeding is seen as a sin? Well, I mean, crossbreeding with humanoids, that's always been, you know, it's like a thing in a lot of fiction, but sometimes they talk about difficulties with birthing as well. I think they talked about that with between Varisa and Ronin, right? Yeah, I think they had a. I think their story talked about difficulty with giving birth. Maybe, I don't know. Traveling earlier, your son needs an update. It'll be cool when he gets an update. I want to see that. Is he gonna look grizzled, a bit more grizzled like his dad? Or is it gonna be like super hot sex symbol like his mom? Not to say that Trallian isn't either, but what do you get when you cross the Tauren with a Draenei? A coat. Damn. Well, what kind of coat? A Draenei coat or a Tauren coat? Because, hey, one of them might win out. You remind me of that one comic that had dreadful depictions of Rhys and her sons? Like a fanfic or the actual... Okay, I don't know if I've seen that. Alright, moment of truth. Am I going to get any new Plagues appearances today? I will... Nope. Not today. It's an official thing? I don't remember seeing the kids. I do remember there were a couple of like comics where people just railing on the art style. I'm like, damn, y'all are harsh. Jeez. Maybe that was one of them. I don't know. I don't get the coat joke explained. I'm gonna guess that one of them's gonna get skinned. Is what's being implied. But what if the Tauren wins? Then they'll have a Draenei coat. That'd be kind of gruesome. Our style wasn't very complimenting. Everyone, I don't know. Like I remember at the time, I was saying, "Yeah, y'all tripping." Like, hey, you wanna judge the art, cool, but like, yeah, unless you have a technical thing to say about it, I don't know. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not gonna contest that. All right, Elisa. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Take care. All right. So, my sister is telling me that they might be moving out in a few weeks. So it looks like it might be on for, you know, me moving, changing the whole setup and all that stuff. And it's going to be kind of crazy. Yeah, it's going to be an organizational nightmare. Fortunately, I don't have like deadlines or anything. But I do at least want to start being at the house at some point. So that way someone's at the house. But I'm gonna just have to like it's like I gotta up and move everything. I need to build a new computer. I need to set up a new stage. So I actually spent a good chunk of yesterday looking at other people's streams and looking for like, oh, what would be a nice setup? What would be a nice background? And blah blah blah. My wife was like, oh, notice you're looking at all these like bikini wearing streamers. I'm like, well, they have nice backgrounds, so leave me alone. Stop it. Break out the money and have NerdForge build a new stream room. What is NerdForge? Might as well find this out. NerdForge. The first thing I'm seeing is I spent a year designing a cyberpunk tracksuit. I don't have that kind of time. Quote back, yeah. Okay, I'll just grab the gold. And there's like some trash here, but not much. Ember silk. Somehow I think Ember silk is going to be still quite plentiful if there is going to be like player housing that uses Ember Silk cloth. But who knows? Who knows? Thundas, hey, what's up, dude? Wait, is Taliesin not streaming right now? Or I'm just guessing. Oh, I gotta do one more, right? One more. Right now I'm just doing Transmog farm and just kind of shooting the shit with all y'all. Their channel does a lot of stuff. He's not. It's all good. People got shit to do. But yeah, you like that, huh? I called it. No, I appreciate you dropping by though. That's always cool, man. I'll me some solid Transmog hunts. It's not even a solid hunt, to be honest. People get infuriated because like I'll just kill a bunch of mobs and then walk right by them. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better about it. And part of it's because I don't know if some of this crap might be used for player housing later on. So I might as well start, you know, just holding on to stuff, collecting things, holding on to this and that, because you never know. I might be totally wrong, and if I am, then okay, I'll just get rid of the stuff. So shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, I'm very passively doing it though. Once we learn more information, cool. I'll say they should have made the 4 helper races from Shadowlands playable. The Alkins, Fairies, the Mud People, and what are those Meldraxi dudes were. I guess the problem that I would have with that Dragon is that, you know, even those folks, I think some of those denizens, they aren't exactly, well, I think they are native to those realms, because as far as it looks, the Shadowlands is just a place. It's like another country, right? It's a big country, but it's just a place. And surely it's got to have some like indigenous species of sorts. I could watching all the housing videos over and over again. I'm so hyped. I was actually looking at some of my old housing videos, and the first thing that I thought to myself was, "Wow, I'm way skinnier back then. I gotta lose weight." So there's that. But then also it's like, oh, I was kind of on the money with some of these call outs or some of these takes that I had about what to do about housing. But yeah, there's still so much we don't know. And the big thing that I was super wrong about, I really, really thought that they would not go through with neighborhoods. I thought it would just be instance housing, single, because it was easy. And I was very pleasantly surprised. So good on them. Ballsy, I'd say. Alright, give me stuff. Okay, now I'll go to the lower areas, now that I have not forgotten about this place. So... aren't we all aging is great? Yeah, I know. It was like 3 years ago. It's like, damn, man, I've changed. Ugh, gross. So one thing that I was looking at, I was looking at a certain kind of wall panel. So, like, see those like straight lines or whatever, like these panels right here. These panels are actually acoustic. It's actually acoustic foam panels with like these oak wood kind of things in front of it, and it all helps to absorb sound. They're not cheap though. A set of 4 panels, so 1, 2, 3, 4, is $150. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd be looking at possibly getting that many panels, and that's not cheap. Now, something that my wife pointed out, she's like, hey, you don't do full screen very often anymore. So like here's me doing full screen, and this desk and the camera, it's close to the middle of the room. If I was, I'd say I could later on in the new setup, my camera will be 3, maybe 4 feet further back, which means I'd be able to see even more. And I would need to have the coverage for that somehow. But a lot of it's going to depend on how I end up angling the camera. If I angle the camera to just point out one wall, okay, cool. I might be able to save some money because I'd only need to put panels on that many walls. But if I go at it at an angle and it's a very far angle, like this dude seems to be kind of like at one end of the room, and this looks like a bigger room too, by the way, then I won't be able to fit as many. Or I'm sorry, I'll have to fill up more space. Because I can see up here, you can see the dude's ceiling, and I don't think I want to do that. I'm gonna find a way to make it so that it's not gonna be angled like that, because I don't want to see who gives a shit about the ceiling. So I want it to be a little bit lower than that. Full screen doesn't even look that different from non-full screen. There's a difference. Like the photo here, or the portrait here, this is about 5 feet, right? And the full ceiling, let's see how I get, let me go back to this again. Yeah, it actually does angle down by quite a bit. So at least like with this particular angle, I would need probably 3. So that's still going to be a lot. Yeah, I'd still need 3 kits. So, but this is me being against the wall, and the idea is I won't be against the wall with with how I want the setup to look like later. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, because here, let me pull up the stuff. Like, there are different brands of these things I can get, but I'll just choose one to, show y'all. Oh, God. So, like, yeah. Oh, this comes in a 2-pack. Oh, this is fucked up. Yeah, so I'm not gonna get this one for sure. This is like way too small. Yeah, this is only a foot. Yeah, there are bigger ones that I can get here. Let me just do a search for wall panel, actually. So what was the one that I think I was looking at? That's 12. Maybe it was this one. Okay, so that's 12 inches too, but it's 4 of them. So that's 4 feet that I'd be able to get. Out of it. And then there are different colors I can get too. But based on the picture, I think this picture looks pretty good. I'd need to put in some extra work. Like, I'd need to cut into it so I can have like wall plugs and stuff. But that doesn't seem to be hard. And I have tools for it, so yeah. And what I can do too, I have like old WoW movie posters. I don't know if anyone remembers. I think I still have those at the other house. I want to hang some of those up too, so that'll help to like take up some of the space. Not let it be empty space either. So that's kind of the idea there. I found someone. Check out this dude. This dude only bought one. So this will be like what happens if I don't have if I don't fill up my space. Yeah. And this room is going to be entirely an office, so the whole thing is going to be everything's going to be a write-off. It's going to be pure work stuff. But yeah, don't do that, Soul. Definitely fill that stuff up. If I had less space, I'd probably go this route, and I'd have like stuff being obscured by, some sort of like light box to hide those sorts of things. And I don't really have like a good enough collection to like have stuff. This is definitely not me. I am not a great collector of things. Like the things that I have here, like that's almost everything that I have. Some of the other stuff is in boxes, but yeah, I don't really have it in me to have like lots of little trinkets. And if worst came to worst, then I would just have a very simple setup and just use some basic lights to like have a contrast between me up front with the regular lights and then the background, which would just be dimmer as well. So yeah, there's lots of different little things that I can do, and they all cost money, but that's how it goes, you know. Oh, hey, what's up? Do I want a tankard of Terra for the office? You know, I don't know if I still have one from BlizzCon. Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff that I just don't put up. Some of it I've ended up selling or whatever. But yeah. Can't wait to test housing, that's for sure. I'm hoping plots aren't first come, first serve. No, that doesn't sound like it at all, fun stuff. It definitely sounds like if you want that house, you get that house. But the trouble is going to be like if you want to be neighbors with a friend in public housing, that's going to be tough. So that's why I imagine they want to make private housing fairly accessible too for people who want private housing. So if people do want to just live alone, then they can. I think that's cool. Oh, you made the tanker. Oh, okay. Have you been making stuff lately? Because you haven't posted like any of the stuff there in a long time. All right. Oh yeah, I do want to loot stuff here. Wherever it is, yeah. Thank you, Looterang. Yeah, like deep rock, salt, a bunch of just not very worthwhile stuff. For now, at least. Oh, did I get epic gear out of that? Night Slayer bracers? Is that really worth it? Nope. Hell no. Not making stuff like I have a mock-up of the Switch 2 I'm making for a friend's kid. Oh, you're 3D printing the Switch 2? But not really? You can loot Blood of the Mountain that sells for 1,000? Oh, what's Blood of the Mountain used for? That's crazy. On the fun news side, we just print out a bunch of pictures of all the knickknacks and hang it up. Who's gonna know, lol? Oh, the other thing that I saw was like, oh man, setting up like a nice, like LED shelving and stuff. That's gonna be some work. You know, like there's some kits that I saw that make it seem kind of easy, but it looks like there's gonna be quite a bit of work to do still. To like make it good. But then there's also the question of like what kind of stuff is going to go onto the shelves, and like the biggest thing, the bigger things that I have to put on the shelves, one would be the expansion boxes. I don't even have all of them, but you know, I'd want to at least put up the expansion boxes, and also the server blade that I bought once upon a time. I want to put that thing back up, and I don't want to, and that thing, yeah, it's a server blade. That shit's heavy. I can't just put it up top. Get those solvings. Yeah. There's some easy kits though, Noob, that let you cut up the LEDs, but then it lets you easily attach them to little plug bracket thingamajiggers. I'm great with terms, by the way. So you can still like attach the wires and then still snap them together. I just want to find like a good kit that isn't going to take up a whole bunch of wall sockets. So I'm looking for ones that are just powered with USB. That way I can use like a USB, you know, a big USB thing that just uses one plug. Yeah, because I don't want to have like a whole bunch of outlets taken up by rando shit. something that I thought of doing, and my mom shut me down on it. I'm like, hey mom, what if I knock down one of the walls and make like a, make a big room? She's like, no, like it's gonna decrease the value of the house, because then it won't be a 4-bedroom house anymore. I'm like, oh, fuck, good point. Boo. So oh well. Her kid saw a YouTube video of someone that made a mock up of the Switch 2. He had to have it. He asked his mom specifically if I can do it. Well, that's cool. Then show it off at school. Hey, look what I got, guys. I got the Switch 2. Oh my god, let's see it. No, it's cool. Like, battery's dead. But I got it. Check it out. Coolest kid in class. Twitch viewer Prime. That's a very specific name. Hi. It's screaming, I'm gonna sell you viewers. Let's see what happens. Ludo what? Ludarang is an engineered item. A very cool item. Loot from a distance. What better way is there to do this? You don't need to touch the filth. Shin blade of the fire flash. Two-hander. Eh. Some of the backgrounds are too busy. I agree. I don't want it to be too busy. I just want to have I want it to feel clean, mostly. Like I was saying, like this one dude's, to me, this is kind of clutter. This one here is, I would also say this is kind of clutter, because it's just sort of hell, what I have here is kind of clutter. It's just a random assortment of stuff that I have, but I'd want it to, look cleaner, more organized. I don't know if I want to go through with what are these called? The little neon thing. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, here we go. I don't think I'd want to do something like that, though. Partially because I'm not really satisfied with my channel logo anyway. I just never gotten around to updating it. Make sure your background matches your bikini top. Good point. Yeah. But then again, I wear a super micro bikini, so I don't really need to care much about it, right? It's like that one thing that Kanye West's wife wore. Leave nothing to the imagination. I mean, just imagine it. Imagine it. Is it limited use? No, not limited use. I can use it as much as I want. Forever. I don't remember what expansion we made this in. It was either Cataclysm or Warlords. Something like that. But yeah, I could be this far away, and then, boop, throw that Ludarang. I think Warlords had a Warlord-specific Ludarang that anyone could use. But this one is engineering specific. And that is why engineers are just the master race. They're just the best. Straight out. Ludarang is a knockoff version of Hunter's. Please. It's the superior version. Hunters wish they had Ludarang power. I need it. Who doesn't? It's just awesome. Yeah, it's great for lots of mindless grind farming and stuff, especially in big zones where you're doing circuits and you're just trying to tag as much stuff as you can. I think I need to change the hotkey for it though. I'm not too happy with Control E as the loot button. So my E key is a lot of things. My E key is interact. It is my extra action button, and it is the Ludarang. So Shift E is extra action button, and I'm used to that now. Control E, I'm still kind of getting used to. I don't get the appeal of having used Makab either, but he's a good kid, so I figured might as well. He doesn't have much of a dad figure anyway, so it helps us set a good example. Oh, that's darling. Oh, good on you, dude. For me, the extra action button is set to the key next to one. Ah, the tilde on most keyboards. The tilde button. That is my kick. That is my interrupt button. And that's like one of the universal things across all my class characters, or all my characters. That's gotta be the interrupt. You know, I try to, as someone who doesn't play a whole lot of alts, it's not super important, but I try to like maintain that sort of consistency. You get spoiled with Fetch on My Hunter? Oh, I mean, you should. It's damn useful. But also useful. Looterang! Now, if only if it was like this AoE like pulse out, then it just loots everything around me too. That'd be even better. It's just, you know, it's just AoE looting in that proximity though. It's still great though. Your kick is 5 for everything. Things start to get fluid, but there are like certain buttons that are like always the same thing. Like my one of my back button for my mouse is always some sort of offensive cooldown. So wings, or not bloodlust, but the thing that makes the dogs come out, feral spirit, any of that stuff. That's linked to that bar. Or that's linked to that button. Tilde is always the kick. 5 is usually like some sort of like pulsing AoE. That's like consecration, but maybe not. 6 is always a big button. Like some DPS nuke kind of thing. So it might be execute, you know, that sort of thing. In my paladin's case, it's Hammer of Wrath. They just need to put an auto loot pet on the shop already. You know it's coming only $200 lol. I would be kind of, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I mean, it'd be another, you know, okay quality of life thing, but I think mechanically things should just go into our bags faster. You know, like the whole idea of looting, it's like an old MMO feel. But I think in some cases it feels like this dated mechanic. It's the dopamine fix of looting, and you know, that the emotional feeling behind it. But I wonder how much longer will that last until Blizzard decides, you know, we're just going to throw everything into your inventory automatically. Boom. Come to think about it, do you have an Ashbringer? Nice. I have disengage set to back mouse button. I've gotten so used to that, I can never stray away from it. I can confirm all classes to at least have one Mage Tower challenge very easily. Just knock them all out and tune just some level to max. Nice. I'm not good at the game though. Like I was trying to do one of the Mage Tower challenges, and I've learned it, and now I just need to like master it. But I like suck at. I suck at it. I'm doing the one where, you have 2 ads to kill. You have to fight one at a time. So you fight the first one, and then he like goes dormant, and then you fight the second one, who summons a bunch of ads. So you need to kill a bunch of ads too, while doing as much damage to that guy, because that's the one that will actually end the fight when you kill him. And then you go through a sequence of that, and the fight gets a little bit more complicated from there. So I mean, I could do it. I've learned it. I just need to, you know, keep practicing and getting going at it. Yeah, it's the twins. I use GSC for all the DPS. Sounds like you're doing the twins. Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's one thing I can't let myself do. I can't. You know, I don't want to use combat assist add-ons. I respect them for people that want to use them, but it's like a personal thing. I want to be able to figure those sorts of things out on my own, solve that puzzle. You know, just like how I do with raids and all that stuff. I wanna feel my way through. I would love it if Trashly just became gold rather than needing to sell it all after. Yeah, some folks are just, you know, they're tired of that. They'd rather just get the gold instead of having things soak up their inventory. But you know, it's one of those MMO flavor things. You know, it's just a design decision. It's old, I get it, but I also understand, like, you know, what it means to be like a part of the game. So I'll just clear out my inventory. Tried doing Guardian Druid, Mage Tower challenge, couldn't complete it. I'm not good at this game. Hey, neither am I. Paladins I'm pretty good at. You know, so I did 3 of the challenges. I did all the Paladin ones, and they were, to me, they were cake. Again, I had to learn it. You know, and I'm like progressing through each phase and all that. But, oh shit. But I figured it out. When I did the Ret one, I was very surprised how easily I ended up finishing it. Like I was practicing it, and then like it was start of stream. I'm like, all right, guys, let's do some practice runs, and then let's see if we can get it today. And I got on like the first, I just one shot it at the start of the day. I'm like, oh, never mind. And it's funny because the way I did it, my methodology of doing the Ret challenge was to kind of tank it. I was using very tanky trinkets, tanky abilities. Came at it at that angle, and you know, I found my way to do it, and I did it. So it felt nice. All right, Nabe, see you around. I hope you're not sick anymore. I hope you're doing better. What am I farming at the moment? Just rando stuff. It's kind of been a routine for me to do a lot of vanilla stuff lately. But I'm also collecting random materials in the hopes that they might be worth something later. Maybe, possibly, probably not. My mom got the Love Witches Sweeper in 3 fucking tries. But the tanking Mage Tower one, that has a special place in my heart. That one took a while for me to do. That was the first time I used weak auras. I was like, my god. Like I mostly needed to I needed a notification for like one of the abilities. I think it was for like the big hit, whatever it was, Devastate, I think is what it's called. And DBM didn't have one, so I'm like, okay, I'll just make one. Shit. Or I'll find one. Anything cool? Nope. Alright, we out. You got sweep on the very first day and try. Oh, I should do that. I think I did it yesterday. But gotta get one in to get one in. We'll see if we eventually get it. The original challenge, I ended up doing 2 guildies challenges for their prop paladins. Streamed it for them so they knew I wasn't doing anything shitty. One said, watching me, you make me look like I play with my feet, lol. If you look up when I did the original Mage Tower challenge, like, you can probably you'll probably see just how it shows how many attempts I took, because I do commentary on every global I ended up memorizing and putting into memory, putting into muscle memory, however you want to call it. But yeah, the nerd level, I went next level on that. Trying to get the BFA meta done right now, and it's so time consuming. It's crazy. Lesson learned: do it when it's current. I mean, it's not a lesson that I'll ever learn. I'll never do that. I'm always gonna like slack off. Friend took 100 attempts on Guardian Trade. I think I did like 400 attempts. a lot of those attempts were just like me making a dumb move and getting knocked off. A lot of those moves. But I got it before my point of pride is being able to have finished it before the Tomb of Sargeras raid came out. That's like the point of pride. So I can say, I was okay enough to do it before, like, I got any other assistance. No item level assistance, nothing like that. Choker of the Pure Heart. And what did I get? Toxic Wasteland. Alright. TK Tank Makeover was a good 60 pulls for me. Yeah, I don't think I counted. I think I counted maybe like 30. 30 pulls for me when they had the new version of it come out. Yeah. Because it was a lot of just like remembering that stuff. And there are things that I had back then that I didn't have now. So like I think I remember I used like some stun grenades, as well as what is it called? Goblin gliders. That actually helped me throughout the fight. Or that helped me at a pivotal moment in the fight. Yeah, I used everything. It was unholy that Walter for a good 200 attempts. Which fight is that one? Because I don't think I've even seen all the fights. So like the Paladin ones are the something Queen for Ret, Cruel for tanks, and the Risen, I think, for Holy. So I've done those. I haven't done any others. I have vague memories of at least making a couple of attempts on the Beastmaster one, and then there's the twins that I was doing, that I was trying to do over the weekend. So like I was trying out, I don't think I tried Shadow Priest, but I tried out my Warlock, my Affliction Warlock, and my Frost Mage. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I get it. I think I feel better doing it as the Frost Mage than the Affliction Warlock. But I still suck. So I just gotta figure that out. The big fat imp. Oh, I think I do remember that. I might have tried that like once or twice. Yeah. So I don't know that fight at all. I was just like, oh, okay, I'll do that someday. Someday. I think next year or the year after. I think 2027 will be 10 years since Legion. Damn, 10 years. It'll be 10 years since the beginning of the Borrowed Power era. That's wild. Oh, the Weaver Cloth bandages are OP. I think I'm trying to remember, like, one of the bits of trouble that I had with the healing one, I did the healing one late Legion. I think my healing was too high, so I think that caused a problem. I think in the last phase, where the higher your health is, a mechanic just like does something ridiculous. Yeah, the BFA one's gonna take a really long time for me because I need to play Alliance. That's been like the big block for me, or the big mental block. That I'm just like, no way, this is gonna take forever. I'm good. So I think I am settled on this, but I wanna. I think I want to do more colors. So yeah, I'll need to think of how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do the floating shelves. I think I'd rather just hang. I think I'd rather hang portraits and have shelves. The shelves will have backlighting, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I noticed that it's raised. Yeah, these things are shorter. I don't know if his room is very... His room might be very tall. Maybe. Because this is supposed to be 95 inches. Or at least these come in 95 inches, which is the same height as my room. So did he cut all these short, or is this room just very tall? You know, this is a French streamer, so maybe this is just different building codes or whatever. Maybe it's just a higher ceiling, and it might be an office, so I don't know. Yeah, well, anyway, I forgot to start this fight. It looks depressing. I would want different colors, but that's kind of what I'm aiming for, Oinky. Because like, I want to go for something that's a bit more minimal. I don't think I'd want to go for like just the plain colors. I don't have enough stuff. Not that one. I don't have enough stuff to put out this much stuff. It was funny, like, G was like, what if we put up a bunch of my old manga? I'm like, I don't think that's gonna work. And we just don't have that much stuff. That's just, yeah. Earthquake would suck. Oh, did I? Oh, he just, I guess my holy shield tore him up. Nice. Have you heard whether housing will be instance or take up actual space in the designated zones? I'm extremely confident that the neighborhood will be instanced. Unless they were to up-res the whole damn planet too. Which maybe they'll do, but I doubt it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the safer and more boring thing that they might do. Did my inventory full? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the safer, potentially boring option. Oh, it's already like that. Damn. I should have cleared out my inventory sooner. Bummer. The office ceiling tile is crazy. I wonder if that's just an actual office building. I mean, hardly unheard of, right? But that's definitely not something I can afford. So, an actual office? No way. Alright. Or one of my friends saying they got the Sorting Spell Tome, and I'm like, how? You literally get lost so easily. Sorting Spell Tome is what you get for doing all the challenges, right? Like, not every class. I think that's an achievement. But I believe the Spell Tome is what you get for just having completed all the challenges. Instance housing might make it feel like garrisons again. Well, I don't get it because the garrison was not instanced; it was phased. So that's the distinction. Personally, I feel like they'll only visually update the zones with housing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Tom is doing one of each. Yeah, okay. Yes, I want it, but Mage Tower is so hard. I'd like get it if we weren't scaled down. That's the trick, though. You know, they want, you know, unlike Legion, they want to try to maintain that challenge as best as they can by using time walking and you know, item level scaling to do it. Kind of sucks, but I didn't get anything for doing all the Mage Tower specs back in Legion. Was there a thing for doing all the challenges though? Because I think what you get for doing all the specs is just an achievement, right? But I don't think you got anything back then either. Man, I remember when they did announce, oh, Mage Tower is gonna go away after this. Dude, people were in like such a scramble. It's like in one sense, people are like, yeah, dude, that's when Legion got great and blah blah blah. But at the same time, like today's internet would be like, what? Fucking FOMO, blah blah. You know, people would rage so hard over it. Rightfully so, by the way. I ain't saying they're wrong, but yeah, I don't think if Legion were to launch now and they were to try and commit to the same behaviors, people would be so pissed. You know, super RNG and all that. You know, the things that at the time were brand new, and you know, we all lapped it up because it's all we knew. No feat of strength either? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay. Different topic, but does anyone know if the plunder from Plunderstorm will be carried over? I'm trying to earn as much as possible for the 150k title, but time is against me, lol. Yeah, I've totally been slacking off. I've been saying for weeks, yeah, I just need to get 250,000 for a title. Yeah, no problem. Still haven't done it. My impression, LeBeau, is it should carry over because I think the plunder that I've earned carried over from the last time too. I'm pretty sure of that. Mm-hmm. 25th. Oh, it's 10. Okay, hold up. I probably won't post this, but well, let's see if they have a full schedule. If they have a full schedule, then we'll like go over everything together. Oh yeah. Hear ye. Ooh, I gotta stretch. The Undermine content update goes live February 25th. Who would have guessed? Travel deep into the goblin city of Undermine and learn to DRIVE, join a cartel, adventure in 2 new delves, a new dungeon in Operation Floodgate, face Gallywix in the Liberation of Undermine raid, battle in a new PvP arena, dash, and more. And as reminders, Plunderstorm will end February 25th? Oh, no, wait, what? It's on for longer. Okay, I thought this was the last full week, so I guess it's going to be a little bit longer. Let's see if there's anything new. Players have until the launch of the content update to dive into the new fray before the storm passes once more. Spend your well-earned plunder for the stuff. Each match is this long, yada yada yada. Learn more in our previously published article. That's cute. Zone overview. Enter the hub of Goblin Ingenuity in Undermine. As the adventure continues, travel deep into the capital of the Goblins' trade empire, Undermine. Continue continue the pursuit of Xal'atath and confront Galliwix's forces in the sprawling city streets of a city suffering from the conflict between the 4 major cartels: the Billswater, the Blackwater, Steamweedle, and Venture Co. While in Undermine, learn more about Goblin culture and society, what's important to them, the problems they are trying to solve, everything that makes them truly unique, and what they're capable of as a society. We'll dig deeper beyond their humor and explosions. There will be explosions and a lot of mayhem to be found. And drive. I'm skimming now. Cut out a career. You get stuff. New delves ahead. Very nice. New PvP arena. Interface updates. That's cool. Campsites. Gotta love it. Quest log updated. And the schedule. Here we go. Here's what I want to see, baby. The Liberation of Undermine raid overview and schedule. Things are heating up in Undermine, and the cartels are ready to take the battle right to the heart of Galliwix's stronghold in the Galagio. Players will encounter 8 new bosses, including the Chrome King Galliwix himself, as they fight their way through the glitz and glam to get straight down to business. So, the week of March 4th is when we get Raid Finder. We get normal, heroic, and mythic. There's no heroic week. Next week, or the week after, we get Wing 2 right away, as well as Story Mode. So Story Mode is going to be available at that point. And then there are going to be a total of 4 wings. We get Wing 3 and 4 later on, which is kind of odd. You know, people are going to see the last boss before actually getting gear from the last boss. But it's all very straightforward. You know, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. The whole thing opens up, and we're good to go. I guess one big thing that we don't quite know yet is, maybe we'll see in a separate article about this, but we haven't seen anything about what is up with the cartel chips. There's going to be like some gear that we'll be able to get from the raid. A vendor will pop in actually, and we'll be able to just buy like kind of sort of whatever we want. This one talks about just season 2 and the raid and the dungeon and the rotation. So what are we getting? We're getting a new dungeon with floodgates. The War Within dungeons that are coming are Cinder Meadery, Rookery, Dark Flame Cleft, and Priory. And then some returning dungeons with Motherlode and Mechagon from BFA, and then Theatar of Pian from that. Here is the, I think that's the, is that the Keystone mount, the Keystone Legend mount? Yeah. Yeah, the Enterprising Shredder tank should come from the new Keystone Legend thing right there. Nice. Then new affixes and changes, new delves. Sorry, I'm like skimming here. I'm looking for like, I'm looking for good stuff. Look at any quests. Yada 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 yada. You know, I might do a reshoot of this. I think I do want to get this out. So sorry guys, I might subject you to me repeating myself a lot. Oh, along the Delver's journey progression, unlock customizations for your Delver's Globetrotter. Along with the Delvobot 7001, a toy that delivers you to a random bountiful delve. Treat your warband to a fresh place to set up camp with a new underground campsite scene. Unlock once the season 2 Delver's journey is complete. Oh, that's kind of okay. I don't quite know what the functionality of that. Okay. And then here, this just kind of tells us all the rewards that we're going to get. Coffer keys, the bot will happen. I mean, these points mean like nothing, but. And then the camp later on. Even me doing rehatched content. Have they fixed the driving with all the terrain bugs? Last I heard was they did a lot, actually, Winky. Here, I'll pop onto that in a bit. These are just achievements, right? Yeah, it's achievements. And then the encounter, PvP stuff. Sorry, not my thing. Solo shuffle, PvP, 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 PvP. World boss. That's a cool world boss, actually. Master Blaster. Okay, that's a cool. That's a cool one. Trust in the Mines. Okay. Here, let's finish this place first because it's pretty close to finishing. And I'll show you how the drive feels now. Like it feels like I'm just like running. I feel like a monster truck, kind of, but not. Like I'm just kind of flying over everything, almost. So I'd say it does feel better. You still got it. You still want to get used to the roads. I think the biggest plus or the biggest fix, apart from being able to fly over more stuff, is the kind of bounce back effect. Whenever you crash into something, like that feels a lot better. What's up, Ditto? Oh, where did you come from? All right. You can crash. No, you don't crash, but I mean, if you slam into a building, is what I mean. All right, so there is a better post, you were saying? Okay, there's one graphic, but oh, I thought it was going to be like a whole schedule or something. Let me see if there's anything on the press site. So we get lots of logos. We get and the key art. How does this look? Not big. Let's try this size. Okay, they're trying to make the goblins look kind of like somber. Don't do that. Yeah, I forget who's who, but like he looks depressed. He's sus. He's the obvious bad guy. He's the bad guy behind the bad guy. And then here's us just kind of vibing, having fun. Whee! Now that's deceptive because we do not fly off road. Not exactly. We can jump and we can like, go off ramps and stuff, but it's not quite like that. Oh, come on. Is that Noggin Fogger? Okay. Boop. And stuff. All right. So let's pop on to the Peter, assuming that it's up. They haven't built up Galaxy properly as a raid boss? What? Did the other expansions just not happen? Do 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 do. Where's the one that I want to use? There we go. Booty Bay for player housing. That'd be cool. There are a lot of things. That'd be cool. There's no end to possible places. Seems really random lore-wise. I mean, once you do the questing, I'm not going to spoil that, but when you do the questing, you know, be the judge of that. So, what can I like fly over? So I can fly over these things. That's not a big deal. Like this stuff, I can kind of like run over. That stuff, it doesn't exactly stop me. You know, and here's that bounce I'm talking about. So if I directly crash into like a thing that I can't just like go around, it'll bounce me back instead of just like have me stuck. So then it'll be easier for me to reorient myself or to otherwise try to recover from it. Not the easiest thing, but yeah, like now you can see like I could like drive over like a bunch of stuff. I can go over like these things. I think I could like go through fences too, just not that. It's like, here's a fence. Can I slam that? Yep. Slam those two. Yeah, so there's a lot more that I can easily ignore without having to worry too much about it. Like I can just kind of like go in a straight line and be like, all right, I'll like fly over like most stuff. And it's not really flying. The one thing that I feel like is missing from an immersion standpoint is like the physics of bouncing. Like if I were to fly over like these garbage cans or whatever, like I want to be able to kind of like get some airtime a little bit, and that's not really a thing. Like you stay very glued to the ground. So if you've played F-Zero, it's gonna feel a lot like that. Like it has that similar sort of control, you know, and maybe you'll hate that. But I think for the sake of being able to navigate through areas like this, but still have like, you know, some of the look and feel of it, like this helps a lot. Yeah, going through the fences. Yeah. So a lot of the really common things, like you'll be fine. You know, so they have to be like pretty obvious obstructions. You know, things that it's like, okay, I clearly woulda, coulda, should have seen that or whatever. But for the most part, there's a lot that I'll be able to get out of, except maybe not this. Oh yeah, I think I threaded the needle there. Let's see, can I like get out of here? I think I'm gonna end up in the water, or if I just go fast enough. So let me see. Whee! Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I feel way better than I did like you know, the first days of the PTR. Now it's a lot better. Whee. Anyway, no, can't fly. But for like for the most part, navigating through here isn't so bad. Like this whole drive thing, like you can ignore it. If you wanted to use the features of what Drive offers and like the questing that you want to do, you don't have to be in the car. You can still be on your normal mount. That's totally fine. But if I'm trying to get to like point B over here, point B is 791 yards away. That is a little bit. That's kind of the distance of all of Siren Isle. It's not that far. And this ride is fast. Even if I'm not using like the super boost or whatnot, like by the time I finish this sentence, I'm almost just about wherever I need to be. You know, it's just, you know, maybe I gotta climb up this little bit of an elevation or whatever, but like, oh, okay, cool, here I am. So it doesn't take that long to like to navigate through areas. I'd say like one of the biggest tips to tell people in general is to not rely too much on the map and just start you know, kind of like with normal driving, just start memorizing the roads or start like knowing landmarks, the directions of things. And that way it's, you're going to have a much easier time navigating through and, you know, avoiding yourself from getting lost. So like now I know like, okay, the delve is like right here under that overpass. You know, the train station or whatever, it's like right here. So sort of cheating because I've been doing stuff on the PTR, but I haven't been doing that much stuff. And it doesn't take too long to start getting used to like the locations of where things are. I'd say one of the things that people will need to try and get accustomed to is trying to find where each of the cartel bases are at. Like, I think this is one of them. No, it's actually that one. Yeah, so all the cartels, they have like they have a unique looking building to call their own, and that was not it. This is it. There we go. This is much more obvious looking, right? So here's where you're going to find some anemones, not much. For the most part, it's like the quartermaster that you're looking for in here. And you just check it out. You know, unlike other places, like the building is actually filled out. It's not just a facade. There's actually, you know, higher levels you can access and all that. Not too much higher, but you know, there's a lot more. There's a lot more that goes into these buildings than there ever have been before. Does this one have to get out the car animation? I don't know. Let me see. Never paid attention. So getting up doesn't do anything. Getting off does not do anything. Nope. Guess it's ruined. Ruined patch. Damn. They almost had it. Yeah, unless it's a last minute thing they add in. Doubt it. Doesn't look like it. It's cool though, because I you know, they do it for some mounts. They did it for all the dragon riding mounts. And they have it for like a select number of others, but not this one. Bummer. I wonder if it has anything to do with this being technically not a mount, but no. I think that would have been a cool thing to add in. Can you collect skins to the car and make it your own? You can customize it. There are different paint jobs and stuff, but not like different cars. One thing to point out is that, you know, the drive system, it's being, you know, it's a feature of the patch, but from the feel of it, and at least from the energy they're giving out, don't expect this to be like dragon riding. It's not going to be this super transformative thing that we expect is going to follow us to new continents and new expansions and, oh, you can only drive here and not fly and that. You know, I don't think I'm not getting that vibe. The vibe that I am getting though is I would love for them later on to have like you know, kind of like the Kalimdor Cup or like the Dragon Riding Cups. I would love to see someday for them to just have a bunch of tracks like dotted throughout older zones. You know, so maybe you can't use drive everywhere, but whenever these events are happening, you know, you talk to the NPC, hey, you want to do this track, then you can use the drive system and then do the racetrack, and then once it's done, you know, that kind of turns off. And I think that'd be cool, though. But that's me. So. Having to exit vehicle button and then attack is already bad. I don't want another extra second with the get off animation. I don't think that would. I don't know. Like, I don't think that would work very well in practice, because if I'm moving that fast, I'm not really troubling myself with, you know, if I'm moving that fast, am I really going to have it in me to like select mobs, you know, when I'm going this fast towards them and then, you know, use an ability, especially if I need to like go off road to do it, kind of. I don't know. So like if I'm going here, then it's like, boom, you know, I want to use the button. I don't know if that would work so great in practice. I can honk the horn. Honk, honk. Oh, I was doing damage to them. What kind of damage was that? Yeah, what damage is that? That is, oh, my holy shield. Ha ha ha. So it obeys that sort of thing when I'm in my vehicle. That's cute. Is this the same layout as the Goblin starter zone? No. This is a different zone altogether. This is not Kazan. I mean, it has obviously Goblin zone, Goblin architecture, and Goblin vibe, but yeah, that's it. I would want to remap this though into a different button so I can like quickly like, let's see what happens if I'm going full speed and then boop. Yeah, you know what'd be awesome, dude? If there was a thing where if I happen to be on my mount or on my ride and then I'm drifting, I could drift into enemies and then I dismount and then the car just slams into them. That'd be sick. Yeah, I think I would just want to remap that certain button. Oh, bummer. Hopefully it won't fuck with my other buttons, but oh, that's the idea. With dragon riding, at least it's all one mount button. I don't know about this driving. It's mostly because, like, at least to my understanding, it's not really a mount. Like, it doesn't count as the same kind of mount. I mean, it's called a warband mount and all that stuff. But it is not a... actually, can I do it as a separate thing? Or... yeah, let me see if I can set it up as a favorite mount. No. It does not. That's fucked up. How dare you, Blizz. Yeah, because if it was able to display in the... okay, maybe if I type it differently. G99? Nope. Yeah, so it doesn't count on the mount list. Because otherwise I would just use the summon random mount. And then that way it'll always summon this thing. Oh well. Terrible game. Refund. Let's go. Alright, and I said I was going to shoot the date video. Alright. So we're doing a reshoot. Ugh. It's going to feel awkward. Did you know there's a play that has over 1,000 mounts in WoW? I heard of them. Yeah. Did you hear about the unique garbage ball sound for the junk buster fight in Liberation? It plays jazz when you become a ball and start collecting garbage. Lol. I haven't seen that. Okay, sorry for the reshoot, guys. What is up, everyone? This is Soul with another video, and I'm happy to announce, hear ye, the Undermine content update goes live February 25th. And obviously, pretty much everyone figured that. What I didn't know is that Plunderstorm is going to continue until February 25th, just the same with the Turbulent Time Waves, which I think ends on the 24th. It ends like one day before that, I think. But this is cool. I thought it was going to end. I thought this was going to be the last full week. It turns out we're going to have a bit of an extra week to collect our plunder, get achievements, get all the good stuff, maybe get some of the tender that comes from it. Throughout this article, they do like kind of a zone overview of like what's coming, a quick overview of that. And I'm going to be producing guides and whatnot to take us through like some of the progression, also gearing and other things that are new. But I'm going to skip over just for the sake of like, hey, here's the announcement, here's what's coming, and most importantly, when are things coming. So I'm trying to go down to the schedule. Here we go. So patch comes out the 25th. We're going to have the 1 week preseason, and then the season begins. We're going to get Raid Finder Wing 1. We're also going to get Heroic and Mythic. There's going to be no Heroic week for the Race to World First people. Sorry about that, guys. And then from there, we're going to have a subsequent 3 weeks to unlock the other Raid Finder wings. And curiously enough, on the 11th, so the second week of the season, we're going to get Story Mode. So people are going to see the end of the story and perhaps things that might be coming afterwards, quest-wise. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. And then 2 weeks later, we'll everyone will have an opportunity to take on Gallywix and get the cool loot that comes from him. Now, there are a couple of things that were not included in the article. One was what's going to happen with the cartel chips that we had learned about just the other day. We learned that those were supposed to come up from the Renown tracks, but those were taken out, and now we don't quite know what their fate is, at least as of this moment, unless there's like some sort of like last minute article that I should be looking at, and I don't think there is yet. So we're still gonna kind of wait and see on that, and there's still like 2 or so more weeks until the patch, but that's it. That's all we're getting. And I'm gonna pause there. Is there relevant information? So yeah, I guess I'll do like the overview, and then it'll be a very scuffed overview, but I also want to do I think this article too. No, that's the same article. Okay, this one I believe is just the raid. So this only talks about the raid and the sets. And then the mounts. I love that throne kind of look to it. That looks cool. And then these are all the achievements, meta achievements, and that's it. I thought there was another article too. Oh, I think it was this original article, because it showed something about delves. Yeah, excavation site 9. Yeah, what was that thing about a random delve thing? All right. Something hats. Delves with a new variant. So from the articles, there weren't like a lot of new things that we were learning, but at least something that kind of stood out for me was, along with the new delves, they're coming out with this. Oh shucks, where is it? There weren't a lot of new things that we learned from this article, although they did at least point out like just how many new variants are coming out. It looks like all the delves are getting new variants, along with Earthcrawl Mines, which are getting 2. And then there's like this curious thing. This is something that's new. There is a new delve mount. We know about that, along with this thing, the Delve Obot 7001. It's a toy that delivers you to a random bountiful delve. So I guess at the start of the day or the start of the week or whatever, if we wanted to just dive into bountiful delves quickly and easily, we just use this bot, which we don't know what the cooldown is at the moment, and immediately go into a delve. So if we're soloing, it's just an easy way to quickly jump into the game without having to open the map and look around and see what's available. Going through all these different maps, we could just use this cool little toy, and there we go. As for everything else, I'm going to link, of course, to both articles so you can take a look at yourself as to like some of the new stuff that's coming, as to some of how the progression is going to work. But I'm going to do more in-depth guides as we get closer to the patch. And so that's going to be it for now. Like, hey, let's get kind of hyped up. It's coming, finally. So let me know your thoughts. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy. Yeah, so very slim thing we're doing. Is it a 1 week wait before the season unlocks? Wait, is a 1 week wait before the season unlocks required? It's not required, but I think that having the season start at the same time as the patch, I think it causes this unnecessary split of time, because people are going to be like, oh man, I gotta rush and do all these weekly things and get used to what's going on, and then you don't get a lot of time to really soak it in or really appreciate it. Even if some people aren't going to care anyway, to them I think 1 week is not too much to ask for. Yeah. Could you try out if the normal keybind for exiting the vehicle also works with the car? If you use, well, let me show you, I guess. So what do you mean by normal keybind for exiting the vehicle? Do you mean, can you use an ability to automatically dismount? Or can you use like your regular mount button to dismount from the vehicle? I think there's kind of a difference there. Rehatched patch reading. You should see me do normal recordings, man. Shoot. Sometimes a 5-minute recording will take almost more than 10 minutes, because I'll just screw up on the read. Look, I'll start messing up, and then I'll start pronouncing the words even worse, and then it's just all bad. All bad. Okay, so since I'm in a vehicle, it overwrites my normal keybinds on my main bar. But if I use my normal mount button, then I get off, and it does not work while moving. So it doesn't count as a dismount button. But it still obeys my normal keybinds in that case. So I need to be actually still. That sucks. So your best bet is to remap this key if you can. Let's try it real quick. I can't remap that. Fuck me. So can I remap this? I want to say that I can. So so action bars, but that probably won't work. So if I did that, so now that button does change. But now my 6 changes. Yeah, so it obeys your primary bar. Yeah. So that's going to be kind of boo-boo. Sorry, gotta work now. Prioritize. Vehicles at specific keybinds. It seemed to obey my normal bars though, so I'll have to look at that. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't the normal exit vehicle button. It was actually something that's on the vehicle bar. So that was kind of weird. Yeah, we'll play with it when I'm done. See if we can figure it out. Because, yeah, I didn't see a... I'll have to double check and see what the vehicle-specific keybinds are. Because when I edited my main bar, it changed on the vehicle, too. So as if they're like linked. Yeah, we'll see if people kick up dust over it. Oh shit. Yeah, we'll see if people kick up dust over it, and if they end up hotfixing it or changing it or whatever, or if we got to deal with it. How long is this video gonna be? This is gonna be a short ass video. Sorry, I gotta. You won't hear anything, but I gotta let this run through because I need to keep track of like what I need to edit through. How shall I title this? Release date announced, new information. I think that'll be nice and easy. What's up, Chris? Well, a little while ago we got an announcement for the upcoming patch dates, and I'm just going to produce something really quick and post it. Yeah, something schedule plus new info. Yeah. Exit vehicle keybind normally functions only with the normal small exit button, but since the car has like an extra skill on some bar, it might just not be working like it. Yeah, it might not be like that, but we'll see if we can fudge around with it. We might find something. But we might need to map a new button that just says like, for like a cancel aura sort of thing. I use Adobe Premiere. And the secret, sort of, is to. I mean, it sucks because it's a it sucks because it's a subscription. But the secret for Adobe stuff is to either be a student, so you can get it for half off, or you subscribe for a while and then you threaten to cancel around December, and then they offer you a half off discount, which is the same as student pricing. Then do that. I wish I learned that sooner. Okay, so I cutting that out. Now I cut here. Is it big news? It is big news. Y'all can't hear this, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not broadcasting this stuff. Yeah, we're good. It'd be embarrassing. And it'd be confusing. Boom. Almost 4 minutes. Damn, that sucks. Oh well, I'll take it. Almost 4 minute video. Yeah, at first I was early on. I was using like Windows Movie Maker, and I was using I forgot the name of it. It was like some other old software that I used for my editing. But then when I discovered like this thing called Adobe Audition for like for editing audio, and you can like set up like some easy templates so you can quickly edit all your audio, I was like, oh shit, I'm paying for this thing. This thing is too good to pass up on. Maybe someday I'll find like a cheaper solution, but $30 a month these days I could live with it, I guess. It's like getting a haircut. I envy the people who don't need to get a haircut all the time. I need to get a haircut like at least every 2 weeks, otherwise my scalp will just go crazy. Okay, so that's good. Now for the end of it. And should be good to go. I'm a videographer for my full-time job, so I've been stuck with Adobe for over 10 years. Yeah, they got us. Bastards. But yeah, I say do the student, do the, if you haven't been doing that cheap way of getting a discount, then definitely do that. Announce. I haven't had a haircut for 5 years, lol. Nice. I can't do it. Like my scalp would just get like super itchy and gross, and you don't want to like that. If that's gonna be the vid, old hairy fart giver will be on YouTube. Lol, there you go. Your claim to fame is secured. Let's go. That thing do its thing. That thing's encoding. The war within in the Framiando. Is that Korean Kava Fonda? It's kind of fun seeing these different logos. This is what, German, Spanish, French. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get this one. And where is that article I was looking at? I'll use the key art. Yeah. That would be a good idea. So give me this one. Nice and easy. All right. Yesterday I watched Taken 3 with Liam Neeson's. It didn't feel as good as the other ones, but I think I was still entertained. Entertained enough to watch it the whole way through, at least. While I was playing games, but still, yeah. Okay, 11.1 release date, announce, schedule, and new info. World of Warcraft. All right. Look at the schedule and the bits of new information we've learned. And now the articles. The article. Boom. And now for the thumbnail. Thank you for your service. Actually, I think I like this one better. Never fuck Gallywix. I want to see these dudes just vibing. These guys are hanging, dude. All right. Not using that one or that. I want to use this logo. Oh yeah. Grade and season schedule. That sounds good. Right? Right. Clickbait that. Motherfuckers. Okay. Alright, so one, undermine, season schedule, release date, season 2. Cool. Haven't listened to Hearts of Maze in a long time. Cool. Did I get all that? Yes. 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 Did I cuss? Pretty sure I didn't. Think I'm good. Alright, quick sanity check here. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Good enough. Boop. And if you feel like it, click it, like it, watch the whole thing through, watch another video afterwards, and then promptly turn off YouTube, and that would be nice. Oh yeah, I gotta post it on socials too. Hold on. Hold up. Just say, yeah. That should be good. Perfect. All right, so let's work on this whole button mapping thing. Let's see if we can get this thing to work. Because that'd be cool. Have I dabbled at all in RP? No. Doesn't quite interest me. Liam Neeson himself described the movie as Taken to the Bank. That is kind of funny. I mean, hey. Sometimes you just got to get paid, right? Everybody's got a price. Everyone's got a price where they will sacrifice their dignity, their morals, and all that stuff to get that paycheck. All right. So the plan at the moment. Okay, I need to fix my old button mapping actually first. So let's go action bar, change this back to 6. Right? And then yeah, I can't even access edit mode while I'm on this vehicle. Then I'll edit this thing back in to be like, okay, so how would I do this? Is there a macro for just cancel aura your mount? I'm not quite sure. So it's just called dismount. So what if I were to make a thing that's the dismount, and then let's say cast. God, what's that button called? I wonder, does it work like this? Is it this easy? Cast summon random favorite mount. Just curious. So no, that does not work. Iron Macro, that's all my prime attack button. No, that makes sense. I mean, there's a I know there's a menu selection that lets you, hey, if you attack something, then you automatically dismount. They announced a release. Oh yeah, I just posted a video on it. How should I pronounce that? Tefex? Let's go with Tefex. Yeah, I just posted about it. Okay, let me do cast G-99. But then I need a. So I need to have a new. I need to have a new mapping for this. Zone? Okay, I'll go with zone. Fair enough. Okay. So it kind of sucks because I would need to do like a special command just to get on, the drive mount, which I guess is fine. But then I'd want to use just, okay, so I guess the idea that I would have would, oh wait, hold on. There's one other thing to check. Okay, so I could do other things too. Yeah, I guess I would just use a different, I'd use a shift modifier or something like that. That works for me, but that's not going to work for everybody. So, no, it's not a macro. I need to go into edit mode, change this keybind to Shift T, I guess. No, but that doesn't feel great either. I guess what I don't like is that, you know, while I'm in motion, I have to be at a full stop. Full stop. In order for me to use my normal dismount button. I'd have to use the shift modifier again if I wanted to, like, dismount, like, while doing this. And that kind of sucks. But I think that's the only workaround I can give. It's taking a whole button map. Yeah, for like some folks that use like everything, that sucks. Although, I guess one question would be how many people are, how many situations are there where you would need to have multiple buttons for getting onto mounts? But I guess, that's why some of these add-ons exist anyway, because some people are like, oh, I want to be able to get on a certain mount when I'm flying versus when I'm on the ground versus when I'm under the water and all that stuff. They want to be able to map those things a little bit more easily. So what we have here is a bit ratchet. You know what I mean? Can you cancel aura? I can do the manual dismount works, but I think I can, here, let me cancel aura G99 breakneck. Yes, so I can cancel aura, the thing. But isn't that, in this case, isn't cancel aura the same thing as dismount? Functionally? I don't think there's any difference, right? Ah. Oh, I did get some airtime there. Or actually, So I have to cancel aura, like, there's no universal cancel aura mount. It's just dismount if I'm doing that. So what if the macro says, okay, let's see, macro. So what if I made something else that was so it would be that, but then I'd also dismount, and hopefully that'll work too. So then I don't need to use the same key twice, maybe. Is there something wrong with retail? No idea. Is there something wrong? Obviously, it's the inferior game to class. No, I'm just kidding. You would have to have an action bar that doesn't get phased out on the drive mount, and then put all your mount and dismount macros on that bar. I'm in combat. Well, that's one reason to not mount. Okay, so at the very least, so what I have at the moment is I have an extra key on my bar for getting onto the mount. But if I, if let's say I use the random button mount all the time to usually mount up, then I can at least I can turn that into a macro, add a dismount button there, so that way I don't have to, use the shift modifier key to get on my drive mount all the time. I think ideally though, like I guess the proper fix, my opinion, would be if I can add it to like my favorite mount instead. But then I also don't want to feel like the summon random mount will default to the drive button. Will default to the drive mount because I don't want to be on the drive mount all the time. So I think this solution for now works out pretty decent, where I just have a different key to get onto the drive mount, but I can still use my normal mount button to get off. I just need to change it to a macro, so that way I can make sure it dismounts me. Like that. Because like what you were saying earlier, Oinky, like you want to be able to use an ability, like an attack ability, so you can get right into a fight. That's doable. But I think that's I think it's a somewhat less likely scenario because people are going to be moving so fast they might not even be able to like select a mob to like do stuff right away, or they'll like miss, they'll overshoot or undershoot or something like that. But I don't know. Like that's just kind of that's more like a thought that comes to mind when trying to think of like the practical use here. Oh, I can't jump it. No. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, toxic. So I'm trying to understand like what you're trying to describe there, Oniki. I'm not quite getting it. You would need to have an action bar that doesn't get phased out on the drive, and then put all your mount and dismount macros on that bar. I mean you can have hidden bars, right? Most of my mount and dismount buttons, things like that, those are on a bar that I don't really see because I don't need to see them, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I think this works. That's probably what I'll do on live when I get this button. Because for the most part, I use the random favorite, and I'll just get on like whatever mount I feel like. If there was a specific thing I want to get onto, then I just change it to that. But otherwise, that's my default. This is the slow engine, by the way, so I know I can go like faster if I would have swapped this out for something else. But at least the control feels way better than it did at the start of the test cycle here. Okay, let me try a race. I haven't really tried a race yet. Not since these changes. Let's see how I do. So I'll just kind of take it slow. Get used to the track. Although I can't really see, well, okay, I can see the arrows. Oh, I could go first person if I really wanted to. Ooh, that would be special. And I think I only saw like a normal course and a reverse course, and like that was it. So here's me granny driving. Boop. Bronze. Oh, that's pretty, I need to get 33 seconds for gold? Holy shit. Okay, let's try this. Like, how likely am I gonna overshoot? Whee! Oh, yeah, I fucked up already, damn. Need more juice. More juice! Where's the nitro? Oh, there's no nitro. Oh, there it is. Yeah, doing all the controls with one hand is... Well, I mean, it's okay. Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? That wasn't even that far from gold. You know what? I could do this. So I was right. Season starting March 4th. I love being right. Doesn't it feel good? It's like a warm blanket. I think what's cool these days is WoW feeling it's a double-edged sword as usual. Like with WoW feeling a bit more predictable on the scheduling. It's like we know, we kind of get a good read on when things are happening for the most part. We can count by the number of weeks and be like, okay, yeah, this is when this is going to happen, this is when that's going to happen, and stuff. Ooh, shit. Do I get any more? No more juice. No more juice. Silver. Oh, same time. No, okay, not the same time. I went slower that time. You can't log on to thing. All right, let me see what's going on. All right, let me try it myself. All right. La 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 la. Yeah, there's still some things we don't know, though. Bummer. Blackwing Lair. Are you on US or EU realms? Demonic. Because so far, at least, I'm able to log into Blackwing Lair. Hey, go me. Alright, I know my login's slow because I have I still need to try to clear up my add-ons. They're a big mess. Oh, you did finally get in? Okay, cool. Come on. Okay, maybe I'm having problems. It hates me. Never mind. How about I do a race while we figure this out? Okay, so I just need to find where all the cans are. Right. So boom. So where are my cans at? Here's like 3. So there's some. Then here's some more cans, and then do this turn, and boom. So we keep going. Then there's these cans here, which will help me boom. No, can't boom. No boom. But I'm looking for cans, and I'm not seeing more. Shit. Yeah. So where the rest of the cans are at? I mean, or it's because I'm using a jank ass engine, yeah, and I need to be more focused on like racing instead of just like, chill driving and all that. Oh wait, drifting makes me recover faster. That's right. Ugh. So now my shit's full. Too full. Ah. Oh, I totally missed the thing. That's right. So drifting makes the meter go up too. Alright. I can do this. We can do this. Oh. Resume. Oh, I missed those things too. Shit. Oh, fucked up. Okay. Oh, but I still got silver. All right. I think I can do this. I can do this, but not yet. I'll do it later. I'll do it when it's live. Why put in the effort now, you know? Okay, so I finished here, but I think I want to go somewhere else now. Where else can I get plate? Let's go to newer shit. I want to go into not dragonflight stuff, not yet. Sepulcher, raid finder. You know what? Why not? Yeah, raid finder is really bad, so we're going to the best expansion of them all. Oh, and the best capital too. Oh boy. Oh boy. You could do bronze achievement and get the POSIX engine. Maybe that helps with gold timing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, I could build things up and then come back to the races again later. Yeah, because mechanically, apart from that nitro, there's not, you know, there aren't too many, like, little tricks that we can use to increase our speed, except to just drive better. Nerd Geek, thank you, dude. Yay! Actually, Peter subbed early. Yeah, he sent me a Prime sub a little bit early today. All right, this guy. We'll go. This is the first one, right? Yeah. Prime for the win? Hell yeah, dude, I'll take it. No complaints at all. Always grateful. Alright, so I was right. We did get some big news today. Yay! Now what I'm waiting for is a build. I want to see if there's any, you know, other weirdness, things to, like, worry about or anything. Big news. It was big news. Thank you again, Nerd Geek. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be a wild start to the season. Because, like, sometime during March, I mean, it's not going to be until, at least I'm going to have one weekend where I'm going to be helping with the move. I'm going to be, at some point, Dee and I were going to go on a vacation. Just get away for a few days, the usual thing. And then building a new set. I have to buy some furniture and all that stuff too, so this will be fun. In smaller news, I, well, kind of mistakenly, I reset all of my Plater settings. So yeah, I lost all that. So I've been, I found someone else's profile that I liked, and I've been making like some small tweaks here and there to it. And so far, I'm happy with it. It feels it mostly feels like how my old setup was like. I moved into an Esquibel. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's like I moved out of our old house, and I'm moving back again. Moving back in again. Like I've been up here ever since COVID to help out with the family, and because just because. But now my sister's gonna move out, and someone needs to be like the custodian of the house. My mom does not want to rent it out. So I'm going to be watching over the house. So I'm effectively going to move in there. Sort of, for now. But it's also, you know, the old, you know, that old Asian duty. Someone's got to take care of the parents. There's not going to be a, you know, the old folks' home. That's, you know, that's not an option. I guess it's an Asian thing. Deleting a player is basically 3 hours of work. Yeah. I thought I had a backup. I did not. Or at least it was such an old backup that it was basically I borked it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of start from scratch. But I did thankfully find the profile that I originally used, and they had an updated version of it. I'm like, okay, so let me use this as a neat jumping off point. And it didn't take too long for me to do the edits that I needed to. So some things aren't like perfect, but I'm gonna kind of play as I go and just try to be observant when I do actual functional testing. Like sometimes, whenever there's something that I can kick, I want it to always like have a certain flash to it, but it doesn't do that all the time. And I think that might be a setting of this particular plater profile. I just don't know what the conditions are. They might be. I think it might glow specifically when it's like, oh, this is something that the tank should be doing because it's a key or something like that. But otherwise, I at least can see a proper cast bar whenever I see something that I can interrupt. If it's something that I cannot interrupt because it's not a spell cast, then it's going to look gray. If it's something that I can interrupt, it'll have a color to it. So I think that's good enough. I haven't tried Quasi's Plater. I thought of it, and then I found the old profile. I'm like, oh, you know what? Shit, this'll work. And I've been happy with it. Like, there aren't particular, you know, things that I need either. Like, I'm sure that Quasi's is great for, like, certain raid and dungeon Mythic Plus stuff. But, man, maybe I should just try it out to try it out, you know? What's the harm? Still no word on a release date? No. They did an announcement just earlier, Grim. 25th. Like what pretty much everyone has been saying. Rental laws are getting weird. My parents had 3 rentals, 2 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms that they sold because rental laws were getting weird. So your mom is smart about not wanting to rent. I moved in with my grand. There's nothing too weird here in this part of town. Nerd Geek. Yeah, nothing too weird. She's just very... she's very particular about ownership. Like at one point, we had rented the house out while we lived, you know, for a short time we lived in Colorado, but they trashed the house. And I guess my mom didn't do she either didn't do a very good renter agreement, or she just didn't say anything because they were a former family friend. But yeah, she got burned, and she just doesn't want to go through that again. I'm like, okay. It's nuts though, because we could easily charge like $4,000, $4,500 a month if we wanted to. It's pretty decent money. Yeah, this was like years ago. Oh, yeah, all of us were pissed. Me and my mom were crying. We're like, oh, what have they done to the house? Everything smells like piss. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was just bad. It was really bad. Oh well, but that's like 50 years ago. Yeah, so now at this stage of our lives, we're at this point where it's like, okay, like my wife, she's gonna be the one that watches over her parents, aside and not her brother. I'm going to be watching over my parents and not my sister. So, but between me and my wife, we both got the short stick on the sibling toss-up. Oh well. No squatters' rights laws. No, we didn't have anything. At least regarding like our situation, nothing like that happened. It was just a bad renter. Locally, still smart not to have renters for 4K a year, but 50K in repairs, net loss 2K. It's something like that. But for the most part, because more and more these days, like the planet has become more about renters than homeowners, because rich people suck, and you know, corporations that buy out residential properties and stuff, like that's all super fucked up too. Because people have a renter's mindset. Some of them, depending on the area, they're better about it than other areas. Shitty people are all over the place, but I think that the tendency is leaning more towards most renters wanting to be good. Otherwise, you know, these days, because it's a landlord's market, they can pretty much pick and choose whoever they want. You got to be competitive, and if you have a bad record, then you're less likely to be chosen to get a place. Boop. Oh. Yeah, like every day my wife, like, she has these certain regrets, because way back when we were dating, she was thinking of buying a house, but she wasn't sure. She had cold feet, and back then we were only dating for like a few months. We weren't serious. Yeah, we weren't exactly serious. But I was like, hey, don't factor me into your decision. But she has regrets. Oh, I should have went for it, and I have my regrets. I'm like, oh, I should have pushed, because then we would have had like a decent place that'd be worth like a lot now, and that's just how it goes. You can never be all that sure. Will we be in separate houses then? It's gonna be odd, because her parents need help. My parents need some help too. But they're also not going to move. Right now they live in Hawaii, and they're not going to move back yet, but they will. So right now I'm just being like, the custodian person. I'm just kind of watching over the place, and then I'm going to oversee whatever projects that they want to do, home projects, and I'll help out with that. But the arrangement, I think, assuming this all goes through, because for all we know, things might fall through with my sister moving out. So I'm being prepared for that. She's going to come home to me on most days, but then she's going to kind of like split her time and like go back up north of the peninsula every now and then. So it's going to be kind of weird, but it's not too different from when we first got married, actually, because we were already in kind of a similar situation. It's just COVID changed it. Before I was going up every weekend, and I would spend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Monday, down there, and then come back up for work, because that's where all the gear is, the equipment and what have you. It's not far though. Yeah, we're not far from each other. We're like a commute away. So that's the cool part. That's why sometimes we're like, I wish we found a place that was like outside of the Bay Area. Then we just don't have to deal with any of this stuff, because my parents would understand, like, okay, you can't just move from where you guys are at. You guys have a house now and blah blah blah, but we don't have that. Did you know that she wasn't serious when first dating? That could be an error in perspective. No, nothing like that. Like, back then and now, she makes the money. And she was mostly being pushed by her parents at the time to be like, oh, you should get a place and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, hey, what do you think? I'm like, oh, this place seems pretty nice. I think this would be cool. It's gonna be a lot of work because this is like a 70-year-old house and blah 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 blah. We'd have to do this, we'd have to do that. But she blinked, so sucks. And I can just do the thing now, right? Yeah, exposed core. I gotta click the thing, right? Yeah, I think they both need to go down or something. Yoo-hoo. Yeah, okay, there we go. Did this just the other week. I should remember this. The new music? The music's cool, dude. It's sick. I like it because it's not the ambient kind of music that we usually get from WoW. I like Western role-playing games, but they tend to lean towards that style of music. Ambience, something that feels like it kind of melts into the background. But my jam is still more like the Japanese style of overworld music, where it's just melodic, it's poppy, and it still manages to like not just melt into the background, but also to be stuck in your brain forever. And it stays memorable. You know, there's a certain value in that a lot of Western, not all, but a lot of Western tracks, they just don't carry the same way. So this track that comes from Undermine, while it's neither of those things, it's just good track. So always remember about half the OST from Ragnarok Online. I think I forgot most of it, but if you play it, I'll immediately. I know that place. I might not remember the zone because I don't even think there was a big difference there. Because most of my time in RO was spent in. I don't know, Ditto, if you remember this. Where there's like these big purple hands in a sewer. And they move kind of fast. Yeah. Big purple hands, they like tear you up, especially if you're a wizard or whatever. And so I remember I had to use like a Flywing card to just teleport wherever in case I was in danger. So that way I wouldn't just get slapped. I remember those days. 14 I haven't played in years, but I still jam to some of those tracks. Was it the Hydra farm? Were those Hydras? I thought they were like big hands or something. Or were they just called Hydras? I don't know. It's lots to take care of. Apparently, we do it with my mom. Yeah, that's life. You know, that's something that I've mentally prepared myself for, or things like this I've been preparing myself for. So I'm cool with it, cause I gotta be cool with it. But no, that was the best place for me to farm back in RO days. I don't remember any other notable farming, but then I think that was kind of like early. That was kind of an earlier stage of the game too. There were like a bunch of updates that eventually I kind of fell off after that. It was really like right when WoW became a thing. WoW was what made me like instantly quit Ragnarok Online. I'm like, oh my god, there are quests and I can actually get stuff. This is amazing. There are things to do and characters are not talking, but they have dialogue. Holy shit. That was eye-opening. That was truly eye-opening for me at the time. Because before that, I only knew about Korean MMOs and City of Heroes, which does have dialogue, but it's very, that was also very surface. I've been doing a lot for my mom the last 6 months. So MS is getting worse and worse, so now she can't drive or get around too well. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, just the other week, one of my aunts, well, okay, a little while ago now, one of my aunts passed away. They just had her funeral, and so, you know, the family got together, or at least the brothers and sisters got together, like, to say their goodbyes, and you know, there's like a bunch of them, but you know, as time goes by, it's gonna happen more and more. City Heroes was great. City of Villains was the shit. I love playing Mastermind. It still holds a special place in my heart when I would go around with my mastermind who was robotics, and so he had like those like the little robots, and then the Healy robots, and then like just big mecha looking dude. That was sick. I loved like the flashiness of that. It was contrasted by the fact that my actual character was naked. So so there's that. So excited for the Katamari Drammen scene in the new raid. I have no idea of that. No spoilers. I have no idea what you're talking about. Just woke up? Nice. You know, and it's been right on the money. It's exactly what people had predicted. And by people I mean me. Me, baby. Ho ho. It's predictable these days. That's cool. I like that. Where's the exit? This way. Been avoiding spoilers as well, but WoW had popped up with it, and holy hell, I am happy. Yeah, I still know nothing about it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, patch date, release, schedule, all the good stuff. The things that that we're not entirely sure about though include whether or not, you know, exactly what's going to be reset with the season. Some people have, you know, we still have kind of lingering questions about what's going to happen with Radiant Echoes, the ones that we have on us. Because if they don't wipe out our Radiant Echoes, then it's going to feel kind of busted at the start of the patch again. But also not, okay, it won't be too busted, but it'll be something. Because if we get access to all of our Radiant Echoes still, that's going to mean on the first day of the season, we'll have an opportunity to get a bunch of champion gear from higher level delves in that first week, which is like, hey man. At the same time, though, we can just do low level keys as well, at least for a chance at gear. It's way better for delves because it's a guaranteed piece that you get when using a bountiful key. That's why I figured that they're going to zero those out. And if they wanted to be really on top of it, they would do something like at the start of the season, maybe for like the first couple weeks, you can't even get Radiant Echoes from Paragon chests. Because I gave that tip the other day. Like, hey, if you save your Paragon turn-ins for after the patch, then you can get like maybe like 2 keys out of that to help you give a tiny head start for the week. Again, it's not much, but if they wanted to be really, you know, cover every angle, then they would nerf that too. I was waiting for Marvel to make something like it. DC made DC Online, but it's basically dead at this point. I don't know how they would do that though. And as far as I know, DC Universe Online, it's still running. You know, so it's not dead till it's dead. Even basically dead doesn't count. Yeah, people are still playing EverQuest and Dark Age of Camelot and all that. You know, those are still going. So we can't discredit the likes of DCUO either. And how would they do it with Marvel too? Like, you know, Marvel Rivals is doing well. You know, and they've chosen like this, you know, this sort of universe to tap into, but there's so many different kinds of universes that they could have tapped into. Like, oh, this version of Spider-Man, this version of this character, and that character. So, like, how would you do it for DC? Which version of Batman will I use? Or will it just look like skins? Right? So imagine, like, if you had, like, these different Batman skins from, you know, like, oh, here's, like, this base version, but then here's, like, the animated series version of Batman, and here's this other version from the cartoon version of Batman. That sort of thing. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, as like a movie franchise, you know, maybe they, you know, it's not a tough argument to say that DC didn't handle it very well. We'll see we'll see how Superman goes. But as a game thing, I think there's a lot of flexibility that can be had there. It's really if they just want to stick their neck out. I think they should. But I think probably what's holding back or messing up DC more than anything is probably Warner Brothers. People can look back and say, like, Warner Brothers, you know, like top brass or decision makers from there are made a lot of bad calls, both in the movie side and the video game side of it. You know, what would it have been like if another company had like a better hand in it? There's only Marvel Heroes. Not familiar with that. I know Marvel Rivals, that's the current hotness. But I'm not big on like team fighters these days anyway, so for me that's like just kind of sailing over my head. Is there player housing in Marvel Rivals? No? Skip it. You're dead. Yeah, it's a whole obsession with wanting to make live service games and all that. Sucks. Says the dude who's been playing WoW for 20 years. Sucks. Okay, am I getting anything good? Oh, I did get something. Okay. Let me sell before I forget. Related to the what if scenario, there's an article about how EA passed on the Activision Blizzard deal before Microsoft. Would EA have done? Would Blizzard be better under EA? I don't know. I mean, people aren't fond of EA's record either. Let's see, what's for lunch today? Beet salad is the plan for today. Woo woo. All right, so we got. Okay, I'll do the last boss things. Skip it. Hey, that's right. It says, oh yeah, that's right. The third wing is Anduin, and then Space Dude, and then Dreadlord dudes. This guy is just this guy. Just gotta remember about the mind control. Yeah. See, what the jailer could have done is not create that platform and then just proceed with the mechanics and destroy Azeroth. But no. He had to try and be a bad guy. EA's too isn't big enough to take Activision. That's kind of a early impression of mine. Like, would they have the cash for it? Because that's a lot. That's a lot. Where my pillars at? Woohoo! And EA is big. But not that big? What were some of the earlier rumors? People were hoping Disney. Hoping or dreading if Disney would buy Activision Blizzard. It'd be huge, but like they don't seem to be all that big into their games division anyway. Like I remember, I definitely remember Disney Infinity and how like people, it was decent and they were making stuff, and then all of a sudden they just unceremoniously put an axe to it. Like I was surprised because like there were things that they were working on. There are things that I knew about. All of a sudden, that's it, gone. Disney partnered up with Epic. I wouldn't call that. I mean, it's a partnering up, but I'm not. It's hardly Disney bought Epic, you know. Yeah, that's different shit. What did I get? I got cloth. Watch out. 13 minutes? Oh, I think I can do this. There are some Korean CEO quotes about how EA thought Kotick was, how he kept too many jobs. Ain't that fucked up? Ain't that fucked up? People get laid off, profits go up, shareholders are happy. Yeah. That sucks. Can you do this? You can do this on Mythic now. They've changed a lot of stuff to make it solo, to make Shadowlands soloable. There is no fight that you cannot solo. You do need to have like decent damage, but by decent, I'm just saying if you're a max level DPS, you're probably okay. Even if your item level is like sub 600, should be fine. Lucas was so big, even nerds talked about it on Max's podcast. I only knew a little bit about it. Like, wasn't it just like a really stupid trade? And now the Lakers are just like so like super hooked up. Is that like the TLDR? They opened up with that topic for a good 15 minutes. I mean, isn't it as much of just a bad management decision that people can talk about. Like, why would you trade this and this for this? But yeah, that hardly made my feed aside from a couple of, I think, late night jokes. Oh, so I didn't even get to... No phase, no nothing, huh? Alrighty. Yeah, the only sports stuff that I really kept up with was the Chiefs getting blasted. That's about it. But that was good news. Alright, 10 minutes. Ah, there's plenty of time. I could finish the rest of this in 10 minutes. Oh, I gotta hit you though. Now, what I'm excited for next is, you know, the next patch. Horrific Visions coming back. What's that gonna be like? Because, dude, between Horrific Visions and Delves, oh, I'm gonna feast. I wonder if I'll end up playing all the classes again. Am I gonna get DPS phase? I don't think I will. Nope. You did. I got a cloak. Oh, a cloak. Amazing. Super Bowl was hilarious. Choked like 6 downs in a row. I was mostly looking at highlights. And towards the end of the end, like towards gosh, I think it was like towards the end of third quarter when I finally tuned in. I was like, damn, they're getting slapped. Holy shit. And then I looked at the highlights later. I'm like, dude, these guys are playing like the Niners. Fuck, man. Yeah, so. They have Perfect Vision's BFA though, so this is going to be nice, I hope. I mean, the difference is going to be we don't have the gimmick of, or at least we don't know. But I imagine we're not going to have like the gimmicky stuff that we had with the essences, because that's really what carried it for me when I was doing all the Horrific Vision farming. Was relying on, oh man, I forgot what it was. It was like it was a power that made it so like you randomly like did like this crazy crit on dudes. It was one of the newer essences that came out with that patch or season. It was a cool power. Do you have to know the dungeon and raid fights to do these okay? Mostly no. There's a lot of things that you just kind of power through. I don't know if the game will give you certain instructions if you happen to just be taking a while to kill stuff. For the most part, be a damage dealer, be at max level, and you can just kind of like pew pew until it's dead. Like I do only okay tank DPS, but I do have a higher item level. I'm 632 now. So, you know, there's that. But a lot of the mechanics that you have to obey, you can like ignore pretty much all of it. Now, mind you, this is Raid Finder. So this is especially trivial. The other ones, of course, you gotta deal more damage, but it shouldn't be so bad. Astro, I got a gun and a dagger. Woo! Watch out, guys. Yeah, for the most part, it's okay. I'm trying to remember that power. I wonder if I can... Do I have my Heart of Azeroth on me? I do! Ah, look at that! So it was called... Breath of the Dying. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, your spells and abilities have a chance to strike your enemy for damage and heal you. If the target is below 20% health, it does more damage. But also, if the target has less... Yeah, but it also had a short cooldown on it. Yeah, that was what helped me get through when I tried this on other characters back then. Yeah, it was that one that I used. Vision of Perfection is one that I used a lot. I mean, I still have like all those old videos uploaded. But yeah, that was a long time ago now. Yeah, doing this was fun. It was no joke, some of the most fun I had in WoW. Alright, let's sell garbage. Oh, not that one. Wrong dude. Solid Devastation was what made me pull off tanks in Mythic Plus. Then how well you parse and rate is heavily dependent on your infinite star, R, and G. Oh yeah, I kind of remember that one too. TD was just boss though. That thing was amazing. Amazingly brutal. Like 1 minute I'm just doing my thing, the next minute either everything's dead or someone else is dead because their TD went, or because the other tank's TD went off when it shouldn't have. I'm like, oh shit, no. Just that with the most impatient tank that tried to keep me because it died. That just happened a lot. Let's see, any good... Any sellable transmog? Not really. Oh, actually, that seems to be going for a lot. 3,000 for that thing? Okay. And I think that's it. Everything else can go. Or it can be transmog to unlock. Boo boo boo. And that can go too, and that can go, and that stays, because Heart of Azeroth. Alright. That would have sucked. And then, is there anything that I need to get, I can get rid of? Alright. So what hero can I maybe sell? None. Oh, dude. I got the... When did I get this? 3 days ago. Oh, shit. So I got one mount. That's cool. Yay. Whee! So now I have one. Whee! Alright. So now I just gotta, well, I doubt I'll get the love rocket, but it's all good. Do you feel like Heart of Azeroth would be relevant with new visions, just give new perks? No, I doubt they're gonna do that. They're not gonna do something like, hey guys, if you played this 7-year-old expansion, then you're gonna get an advantage in Horrific Visions. Nah, that'd be fucked up. I think they'll just I'm just gonna pretend here. If they do something that is very similar to Horrific Visions, they'll acknowledge what we had done, like the fact that I did like the 5 mask thing. Like maybe there'll be some like emote text or some flavor text, whatever. But for the most part, they'll be like, "Hey, you want these powers? Boom, here's your powers," and then they'll just give everything to us. So I don't think it's gonna be like. I think they want to make it into something that doesn't feel like, oh, we should have been playing this before, and now we have like this. The advantage might be if the encounters are the same, and even if the major mechanics are similar but different. At least I have a baseline to be like, okay, so it's going to be kind of like this, and here's what happens. You know, it's not about. It's not necessarily about surviving, but you need to avoid damage because it eats away at your insanity, not your HP. If you take too much insanity, then you get kicked out, and then it sucks. I just hope that they learned the lessons from last time, as in, don't do the whole, you can only do it once a week, you have to grind for a key, and blah, blah, blah. Do it like they're doing with Torghast. Do it the way they did with Delves. Just let us in. And let the cooldown be based on the rewards that we get. You know, let those have the weekly cooldown, the weekly lockout, or whatever. But as for us actually doing the activity, we should be able to just do it. And it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna have myself a beet salad, have a video out, but I am going to start working a bit more on upcoming guides to help people through. So stay tuned for those. Don't forget to, follow me over on Twitch and here on YouTube or whatever. Depends on where you're watching me from. But anyway, I'll see you guys for the next thing. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay